Peace, guys. What is up? It is Spooky Noodles. This is not a review, unfortunately. I know you guys are excited for Richard, or not Richard's. Sorry, I'm thinking of Are You Into Horror? Because I just watched a video of his earlier. I know you guys are excited for Chester Reviews books. They will be coming. I'm still reading Bad Brains. I have 160 something pages left, and it's becoming a slog. I'm gonna be honest. The first 200 pages were so exciting, and I loved them so much, but now I've read 24 pages, and it's becoming a slog. We'll see how the rest of the book is, but right now, at the moment, it just seems like things are getting thrown together, and it seems a little messy to me. But we'll see. I hear it's a great book, so it's got to be great for a reason, and those first 200 pages were great, don't get me wrong, but I'm starting to get bored. So I'm hoping that it where do I put this? It gets better. But we are here with a book mail. I have a box here. I'm not going to show there's the address. I'm not going to show the address, but I got it from Tony Bacon. So this is the Tony Bacon auction unhaul, or book haul. My bad, not unhaul. I'm not unhauling any books. I will never do that. Well, okay, maybe I will when I go to sell books, but I don't intend to unhaul anytime soon. I do sell books every now and then, but what is it, 5 books here? I got 5 books here, so without further ado, let's get into the books. The first one I picked out is a great one. It is a classic, and it feels a little wet. I don't know why it feels wet, but it's classic science fiction, The Best of Robert Bloch, introduction by Lester Del Rey. And yes, this is a Del Rey book. And why it has a train on it is because it has a story in this that I really, really want to read called The Hellbound Train. And it's supposed to be a coming-of-age horror story. So it has like one sentence synopsises on the back here. It has Enoch, which is a creature that sat on his shoulder and whispered in his ear, "Kill." It has the Past Master. Why did he have to buy or steal all the world's great art by tomorrow? The Movie People. Up there were shadows on the screen, posturing on the back lot, baby Babylon, or on a ghost town set, or were they looking at you? I jacked that sentence up. I am so sorry. The Man Who Collected Poe. He had first editions, bizarre and unique mementos, unknown works, and something more. And then finally, That Hellbound Train. I called it The Hellbound Train, and my apologies, it's That Hellbound Train. The service beats Amtrak, but the terminal is something else again. These and 17 other demonic diversions, including the now classic Yours Truly, Jack the Ripper, are the fiendish feast for all mavens of the macabre and addicts of the arcane, served up by a saw of shudders himself, Robert Bloch. Now, if you don't know, my interest in Robert Bloch began when I read the book Psycho. I watched the movie and was very impressed by the movie. It left a huge impression on me. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. I would have to give it like number 6 for my all-time favorite movies. And yeah, but Robert Bloch, I read his version, Psycho, and I adored it. It kind of got me into horror. Carrie helped me get into horror, but I took a long break between Carrie and actually reading again. But when I read Psycho, it kind of bloomed my wanting to read again. So I have to thank Robert Bloch for getting me into horror in the first place. Him and Stephen King helped me a lot get into horror. And I read Psycho, and I hear great things about Robert Bloch. These are a bunch of short story collections. It has more than just the ones I read on the back. I did not realize how much there was going to be in this book. I thought this was going to be just like 4 stories and that was it. But when I got the book out of the box, obviously that's more than just 4 stories. So you have stories of all sorts, science fiction to horror. You have yours truly, Jack the Ripper, Enoch, Catnip, The Hungry House, The Man Who Collected Poe, which I'm really interested in reading, Mr. Stenway, The Past Master, I Like Blondes. Ooh, I used to like blondes. All on a Golden Afternoon, Broomstick Ride, Daybroke, Sleeping Beauty, Word of Honor, The World Timer, That Hellbound Train, The Funnel of God, Beelzebub, which is a demon, I think, in the Ouija board world. The Plot is The Thing, How Like a God, The Movie People, The Oracle, The Learning Maze, and then The Afterthought. So obviously, I'm gonna probably skip to that Hellbound Train because I'm very interested in reading that story. I had this. I had a comic book, a graphic novel, if you will, of that Hellbound Train, but I didn't. At the time, I wasn't really into graphic novels, and I still am not really into graphic novels. But so I gave it to a friend, and I think she adored it. I can't remember if she liked it or not. It was a really good graphic novel. I didn't feel like reading it. I wanted to read the actual story before I read any graphic novel, if I ever decided to read a graphic novel. And yeah, but I really want to read that Hellbound Train, and of course I want to read The Man Who Collected Poe, because that sounds like a story idea I had. So it's good to see someone else have the story, because I had an idea of what if I came upon a collection of H.P. Lovecraft books that he never wrote, that had never made it into the public's eye. So like maybe like an alternative time where he wrote more, or what if Ernest Hemingway didn't kill himself, and I just have like all these like what ifs type things, like what if they wrote more and somehow I got my hands on their collection. So like I'm trying to think of an author I like who passed away. Can't think of one at the moment. I mean, there's tons of authors that passed away that I like Rick Atala, for instance. I like him, but I'm trying to think of an author that didn't write too many books because he died early, but he wrote some really good ones, and I can't remember who it was. But anyways, it makes me think about that, like what if they continued to write and I came upon their collection and it was just so morbid it twisted my mind or something like that. That's my idea for a story, and I wonder if The Man Who Collected Poe is going to be just like that. So yeah, that's my Robert Bloch book. I spent 8 minutes talking about this book, so I apologize. But I'm very, very excited to have this book. This is a collection I'm probably going to read very soon. I'm definitely reading that Hellbound Train. Like, I'm skipping to that story, and then I'm going to read the whole collection itself. But as you know, I have a lot of collections and anthologies I need to finish, so, that's something. Alright, next. Oh, by the way, I'm not doing this on my mic. Oops, sorry. I'm not doing this on my microphone. I'm just recording it on my Windows, so I'm sorry if the volume is all yucky. I didn't realize how much better my quality of video was when I did my voice over the mic. To me, I can tell a difference. Maybe not to you, but to me, I can tell a difference between my audio, between the microphone and the laptop. So, but now, let's talk about the next book, which is a book I already owned, but this one is in great condition, and it has the cover I like. And that is Robert McCammon's Mystery Walk. Now, this is supposedly another coming-of-age tale, I think. So I can't wait to read it. I think this is another coming-of-age tale. I'm not sure. Let me read the back for you real quick. The Sacred, and this is a BB horror. I don't know if that means anything to y'all. The Sacred and the Satanic. One heals the living, the other talks to the dead. They first face each other in the uproar of a tent revival meeting. In years to come, they will be haunted by the same dream of an eagle of smoke, locked in combat with a snake of fire. They will grapple with restless spirits roaming the dark Alabama woods and infesting a burned-out Chicago hotel. They will be deadly rivals on the earthly plane and beyond. And on a scorched slab in the Mexican desert, they will join forces against the ultimate power, the shape changer, the beast that feeds on confusion and fear. So that is Mystery Walk by Robert R. McCammon. I own this book, and I'm trying to sell my version of this book, my other version, because I don't really care for that cover. Obviously, this is the better cover, if you ask me. That just looks creepy. It's coming right at you. Like, that's a really cool cover. And this one's in better condition than the other book I own. In fact, no, I'm not going to go grab it. I don't feel like grabbing it. But, Robert R. McCammon, if you don't know, he's written Boy's Life, Swan Song, and Stinger. 3 books I really liked. He also wrote They Thirst, but I didn't like that one. He's an amazing writer. He's 3 out of 4 so far for me, so that's 75%. So he's written 3/4 of, I don't know, good books. I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, he's a great writer. I have like all of his books, almost all of his books, except for like newer ones. But I have like Bethany's Sin. I can't think of any others at the moment. Obviously, I have Boy's Life, Swan Song, Stinger. I have The Night Boat, Wolf's Hour. I just have a bunch of Robert R. McCammon. Just trust me on that. And now I have the cool version of Mystery Walk. So that's pretty cool. Thank you. I think I already thanked Tony Bacon for this auction. Alright, so now we will dive into the next book, if I can pull it out. It's a good one. And I'm actually saving 2 books for last, so it's good that I picked this one out. So this is The Tribe by Barry Wood. It says it on the back, that's why I'm looking at the back. Because the cover obviously does not have it. But when you open it up, you get this cool little inside die cut. Man with faces, blue faces in them. That's the Blue Face Crew right there, if you know that group. And then it says The Tribe by Barry Wood. It says co-author of the best-selling Twins. So yeah, and on the front it says a darkly brilliant novel of horror. And then it doesn't have a synopsis on the back, so I can't really tell you what it's about. Maybe it has some. No, it doesn't. It just has more blurbs. So I'm totally going into this book blind. And that's, of course, I look a synopsis up online, which I can do for you guys actually, because I am on my computer after all. Let's open Goodreads. The Tribe by Barry Wood. Did I spell her name wrong or his name wrong? Although I don't know if it's I spelled his name wrong. Oh, it's only 1 R. Okay. There we go. So let's see if there's a synopsis here. I want to add it to my... Saved that. Highly acclaimed when first published in 1981, The Tribe follows a group of Jewish people who not only survive the concentration camps, but thrive. Their secret follows them to modern-day Brooklyn, where they continue their relationship and keep their deadly cable until one day a new threat arrives. Drawing on Jewish mythology and folklore, the novel also combines well-drawn characters and police procedural to create a memorable and humane horror novel. And this one has 3.57 stars, so this one has like some really good stories. I see a lot of my friends have this as marked to read or marked to read. There's There's not that many reviews. One of my friends says a well-written thriller concerning a mysterious survivors of Belzec death camp during World War II and the deadly secret that protects them from still 40 years later. Blah, 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 blah. That is a really interesting use of Jewish folklore in the contemporary setting, but reads more like a thriller, not a horror light. Or horror light, my bad. And he says 3.5 stars. And I will be right back. Sorry about that, guys. I had to get my charger off my bed. I have the charger connected to my wall so I can lay down and write my stories. I don't know about you guys, but maybe this is a thought for a writing vlog, but I'm gonna share it here. Like, sometimes sitting down helps me write, but a lot of the times I like laying while writing. I don't know if that's abnormal or not, but yeah, I just have a better time writing when I'm laying down for some reason. So yeah, but so far we just talked about The Tribe by Barry Wood. I think I own another Barry Wood book, but I can't remember what it's called. Cover is sweet. Like, the die cut is just really cool, and it's pretty ominous just seeing that face on the cover. So yeah. So next we have 2 science fiction books, and I'm just gonna pull the first one I see. I'm trying to grab it at least, and that is the Stalking Unicorn, or Stalking the Unicorn. My bad. So this just screamed my name. You know, it's by Mike Resnick, which I have a few books by Mike Resnick already. This is science fiction. This says fantasy, but I consider it more, I don't know. Let me read the back for you guys. It's New Year's Eve, and the elf perched, oh, it's definitely fantasy, perched on Mallory's desk wants his missing unicorn back. And that's the easy part. Mallory's wife has run off with his partner, his detective business is in ruins, and the mob's out to get him. With so many wonderful things happening, Mallory decides that a case involving a trip from reality might not be so bad. After all, what more can he lose? Mallory soon finds that he can't, or he might, lose it all as he enters a Manhattan that just couldn't be, dodging nasty gnomes and mischievous felons, not to mention rampaging elephants charging down Fifth Avenue. He discovers that the malevolent demon Grundy also seeks the fabled beast, and will stop at nothing. Mallory is no Philip Marlowe, and will have to do some pretty fancy footwork just to stay alive. If the Grundy wins, not only Mallory's life, but his world will be forfeit. That sucked. I'm so sorry. My reading of that synopsis was horrible. I tried my best and I still sucked. So, not the book sucks, my bad. I hope you don't think that. This book probably rocks. I don't know. I haven't read it yet, but it's in pretty good, solid condition. It's a fable of tonight. So I'm looking pretty forward to reading this. When I get to it, probably next year or the year before, or after, I should say, because this is the year before. And this one I think is more science fiction. It's a signet, so it doesn't say if it's science fiction or not, but this one has a badass cover. All right, and that is The Soul Eater, by, of course, Mike Resnick. It says a science fiction novel. So, yeah. Let me read the back for you guys. Alright. Galactic Killer. Nicobar Lane. Cold-blooded killer. Total professional. A man who will, if the price is right, travel wherever the hunt may take him, riding the space lanes from planet to planet to track down a creature a collector could possibly desire. Yet there is one being Lane won't pursue for any fee. The Soul Eater. The Soul Eater dream wish beast, Stardust, it is known by many different names throughout the galaxy. I probably should have read that differently. But who has actually met the living legend? No. As far as Lane is concerned, the Soul Eater is a myth, chased after by fools and madmen. Then Lane himself encounters the Soul Eater in the depths of space, and suddenly there is no turning back. For how can the greatest hunter in the galaxy ignore the challenge of overcoming the one creature that no one has ever been able to trap? And so the hunt is on. But before long, even Lane can't tell who is the pursued and who is the pursuer. So this sounds like a science fiction version of Moby Dick, if you ask me. That's what it sounds like. Because there's this guy trying to hunt this monster, and then he finds the monster, and then it turns out the monster's hunting him. That's kind of like what Moby Dick's about, you know. I've never read Moby Dick, but the synopsis sounds very similar to that synopsis. So, and this is a small book, so this might be what I read for Science Fiction Month or whatever, which I think is this upcoming month. I'm not sure. But it is 150 pages, so this smacker is... Smacker, why'd I call it a smacker? This one is easy to read for me. I could totally read this. I mean, the print's kind of small, but it's got to be like 11 times New Roman. But it just sounds very interesting to me, and I kind of want to write a character like the character that I read in the synopsis. Like a hunter trying to hunt beasts, like a bounty hunter, like what's his name? Think. He's a Mandalorian, from Star Wars. Boba Fett? Or is it Jango Fett? I can't remember. I think it's Boba Fett. Either way, they're both bounty hunters, so... yeah, I want to write a story about a hunter that just goes around hunting things, you know? I think that this is a good novel to read for that. So those are the 5 books I got from Tony Bacon's auction. I got Mike Resnick's The Soul Eater, which I cannot wait to read. Then I got Mike Resnick's Stalking the Unicorn. And I got Barry Wood's The Tribe. Then I got Mystery Walk by Robert R. McCammon. And then last but definitely not least, because this book is the one I wanted to show you guys, and that is Robert Bloch's The Best of Robert Bloch. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it wasn't too long. I'm still reading Bad Brains, and I might have to give up on it soon. I'm trying to read the books that I didn't finish and try to finish them. Because I started a lot of books this year and I didn't finish, or last year, I started a lot of books last year and I didn't quite finish them. Bad Brains is a book I started this year and I just kind of fell off a little bit, so I took a break from it, and now I'm trying to get back into it and I'm having trouble. So I might stop Bad Brains and go on to Father's Little Helper by Ronald Kelly. But these books I got right next to me are very, very good, and I might pick up the Robert Bloch book, I'm not going to lie, because that Hellbound Train is a story I really, really want to read. Because, for one, it could get me back in my coming-of-age mood, and then I can finally finish Symbiotic. No, just kidding. But for real, though, I do want to get back into my coming-of-age TBR, and I think that Hellbound Train would be a perfect little segue into it, because it's like 10 pages long. Let me check. It is, let me check, that Hellbound Train is 18 pages long, my bad, but still, it's 18 pages long, and I can easily read that, so, yeah, I hope you guys have a good day, I hope you have a spooky night, I hope you enjoyed this book haul, or mail, no, what was I calling this, what was I calling this, it was, not mail haul. What was I calling this? I'm gonna look at my YouTube real quick because I feel stupid right now. Book mail. Duh. Okay, this has been a book mail video. I'm so stupid. I hope you guys have a good day and a spooky night, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye, guys.
Now I am become death, the destroyer